Hey YouTube, this is Zach with Achilles Financial, and today we're going to be looking at 3 companies that I think are going to be key movers in the future kind of metaverse theme that we're watching and experiencing at this point in time. One of the companies that I don't have up right now is NVDA, and they have gone on an absolute tear. I can go ahead and bring those up, where NVIDIA has just completely went vertical over the course of really the past week in particular. And the stock just has grinded higher in an unbelievable fashion. I'll show you the year-to-date chart, and you can see just how high it's gotten. It went as high as 315, 317 today, which is absolutely ridiculous. And a lot of that expectation is, we're seeing these outsized call volumes going on. That's really, I would say, manipulating the stock. And we're seeing the stock get driven higher. But the underlying story here is the idea that the metaverse is moving forward, that it's going to be this monster catalyst for a lot of these companies. And NVIDIA is definitely on the front end of that due to their notable lead in data centers as well as graphics in the gaming component. The thing that I want to highlight outside of NVIDIA is what companies are going to be leading. And the first one that I want to talk about, which really Mark Zuckerberg kind of led with this and started it, is Facebook, which is now Meta Platforms Inc., and their ticker symbol is going to change from FB to META later this month. But the thing that I want to focus on and highlight is the fact that this company is trying to not only build this simple market, this simple social media platform, but they're also trying to expand into this digital real estate. They're trying to expand into owning the user experience with VR. And so far, they've done a really good job. I would say that they're the leader in the VR space in terms of total users, total access, but there's still a lot more to come. And this is something that they're pumping a ton of money into R&D. They're pumping a ton of money into the overall space. And I think that we're going to continue to see that occur. And that happened after their earnings, where they've continued to see this growth. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them push back up towards that 400 mark like they were doing so earlier this year. It's definitely something we're going to watch. But the overall underlying theme, or what Mark Zuckerberg is trying to push, is this idea of this reality outside of reality, where the augmented reality, where the virtual reality is where a lot of people are going to get away, but they can still communicate with their peers, they can own things, they can have experiences that they wouldn't normally have. And this is something that Facebook, now Meta Platforms, plans to be on the front end on. The second company I want to talk about is going to be Roblox. And this is a company that is already completely dominating the space. And you can see some of the volatility in their stock price year to date. But this is a company that is completely owning the idea of virtual reality right now by way of building these communities, building these places, and really having a lot of open developer sources out and available for the end user right now. I do plan on writing an article to cover kind of my plans and ideas behind the metaverse, but the thing that I want to focus on right now is the companies that are actively working on it, and then my third company will be one that is a future thinker in my opinion. But Roblox just opened up a virtual Chipotle in one of their locations or servers. And the intention here, they have so many active users on a daily, I think it's 60 million active users on a daily basis, but don't quote me on that. But the main thing to focus on is Roblox has done incredibly well by leveraging open source development, where people can come in and mod the platform and mod a lot of capabilities, where they're able to go out and basically set stuff up in a fun, exciting way that they don't have to pay for. One of the key things that I noted, and this came from a Twitter account, brought this to my attention by the name of Good Alexander, and I'll put his link down below and you can read the thread he highlighted. But Squid Games was developed and built by Netflix, but some of the mod packs and games developed on the Roblox server drove significant volume to Roblox, despite the fact that they had no association with Squid Games. Companies like this are what are going to continue to push forward and be able to continue that growth. And I think that you can see some of that growth is already built in when we talk about some of the ways that the companies are growing. Year-over-year revenue of 120%. Quarter revenue growing over 17%. Again, just absolutely insane. The last thing that I want to highlight is a company that is not currently involved in the metaverse idea whatsoever, but I think they will be. And that one is going to be Walt Disney or Disney Corp. The reason why I'm highlighting them, they haven't talked about the metaverse whatsoever, but they've already built out Marvel. They've already built out Star Wars. They've built amusement parks, and they've built TV series. They have ESPN. They have all these different singular franchises that they could all take virtual, and they definitely have the cash to the capability to do it. So if you look at the balance sheet right now, they're sitting on more than $16 billion of cash right now to develop. And this is something that they may partner with someone with. But this is my sleeper company that I think could go out and could really explode because they have some of the top names outstanding. And I think of ESPN, if you could take sports into the virtual reality where you could attend games by being in an online capacity and be at the stadium, if you could develop esports in a way that you could take it through streaming to where you could experience the atmosphere, if you could experience Star Wars, if you could experience Marvel in a VR type of environment, I think this is a market that they have not yet tapped, but definitely have the resources and relationships and the capability to do it, even if they were just to license those names out. So that's one of the reasons why I'm going to be watching Disney going forward, because I think that this is something that would be a long-term hold, and it also does not currently hold the valuations that are as high, I would say, as some of the other individuals or companies in the space, recognizing that they are still incredibly highly valued. But all in all, the three companies I'm going to be watching for outside of NVIDIA are going to be Facebook, Roblox, and Disney, and all of them for very different reasons. But it is super exciting. So if you find this content helpful and you'd like to track along, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, feel free to join the Discord in the description down below. It's free to join, and we talk about stocks and trades and a lot of other stuff in there. So feel free to check it out. So thanks for watching the video today. If you find this helpful, let me know.